Love that song. All right, we're here in Brea, California. I'm Andy with today's CBD oil here in Brea, California at 1:00 in the afternoon, and it's a beautiful sunny day outside, but I'm inside working and wanted to bring this information to you in regard to whether or not the Vasayo products, any of the products, and of course, including CBD1, are good for your pets. And now this could be a very short video and I could just say, yes, that is true. But I want to set some guidelines for a few of the products and talk about CBD in particular as we go into this program. All right. What I'm going to do though, is I'm going to get rid of that and then the crawler down here. Because I'm going to reuse this video for something else, and I want to make sure that I don't brand it just in case somebody wants to borrow it or use it, and begin from that point on. All right, here we go. So let me find the banner that I want underneath. All right. So yes, the answer is yes. Vasayo has a number of products that are also good for your pets, and the CBD one in particular, because I get asked questions specifically about CBD. CBD is particularly good for pets, especially dogs, is my experience. Just to kind of set a little bit of background, that way you know that I'm speaking from a point of authority in some aspect, and that is I've been training police dogs, bomb dogs, narcotics dogs, bed bug detection dogs, cell phone detection dogs, therapy dogs, pet dogs for over 30 years. And I've studied a great deal. I've dealt in the nutrition of pets, even through the fads of the old types of pet dog foods and the new pets of dog foods that are holistic, and some are grain free. And now there's research coming out, at least that I've been reading about, that says that being totally grain free is harmful to the dog, and all these different kinds of things. I like to feed dogs raw and just throw some meat into a bowl and some fruit and some vegetables. You have to be careful about which ones, because some have cyanide in the seeds and that kind of stuff, but you want to make sure and do your research. I have a training program for that too, but that is really the best way to feed a dog. By the way, I have never seen healthier dogs than when I just throw in bones and all chicken, raw chicken, bones and all, even some tripe, yams, not candied yams, raw yams that I cut into a little bit of slices, apples, all kinds of stuff. Eggs, just an egg in the shell and everything. Throw the shell and the egg in there and watch the dog. They love it. And their coat is fantastic. Their teeth are white. The dog is healthy. The dogs are happy. Bad behavior sometimes is minimized through good nutrition. And that includes when you give them good dietary supplements. And there's a lot of dietary supplements out there for dogs. But if you feed them a really good diet, you don't need to add a lot of supplements other than the ones they specifically need for their age, for maybe an ailment they may have, or something you're just missing in regard to giving them in their diet. One of those things is CBD. Like us mammals, and all the rest of the mammals, we have what's inside of us, what's called the endocannabinoid system. If you're in my free program where I answer all these questions, I discuss specifically the endocannabinoid system and why that's important. So just scroll through the different videos that are in the program you're on right now, and you will see that video, and that will explain everything. But dogs, cats, horses, whatever pets you may have. I've never tried it on a gerbil or a rat or anything like that. But those three specific pets, I know people have used CBD with great success because our bodies, the mammal body system creates endogenous CBD, but not enough to overcome some of the issues that we are dealing with today in regard to the carcinogens in the air and the water, the stress that we put ourselves through. Some dogs through breeding have been bred what I sometimes refer to as a genetic stress level. And there's certain dogs that have higher stress levels just based on their breed, and just normal good nutrition may not be enough to produce the CBD that they need to reduce some of that anxiety and depression that dogs may have. So I would suggest that you find our great quality CBD one with Vasayo and use that with your pet. I'll have a chart that I will include with this video. And if you're watching this live as I'm recording this on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or in all the other Twitch, all the other places I'm broadcasting live right now, I will put it in the chat probably after the broadcast. I'll just put the picture in the chat and you will see the chart as to, depending on how much your pet weighs. And this really just is for dogs, the weight of your dog and the amount that is possible that may be best for your dog. Like us, it'll fluctuate depending on a lot of things, the chemical makeup of the pet that you're trying to help with the CBD. I have heard that horses don't necessarily need like a whole bottle just because they're a horse. You still will give them an amount and then kind of figure out where it is that's needed to where it helps that horse with their particular system. I have no experience personally with horses, but with dogs, I've seen dogs in the middle of a seizure given CBD and the seizure stops. So CBD for dogs that have a propensity for seizures, I would make that a regular part of their diet to minimize the opportunity for seizures to cause brain damage to that particular dog. Dogs that have stress and anxiety around 4th of July and New Year's Eve, I would start, if you're not giving it to them on a regular basis, which again, I would suggest you do, but if you don't, I would at least start giving it to them 2 to 3 weeks prior to the July 4th, events of all the fireworks or the New Year's. Although this New Year's, I did not hear a lot of fireworks come to mention it. And me and my kids and the kids and I were up at midnight. Didn't hear a lot, but either way, just to make sure that you minimize the stress to your dogs, because some dogs go crazy with the fireworks and they escape and they run and it causes them a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of other options you can do, but if you're going to keep them at home and you're like, I live near Disneyland and 9:30 every night. So all the dogs around here are pretty used to fireworks for the most part until they happen like right next door or something like that. But, you need to set their systems up ahead of time. You can't just give them CBD that night, maybe the afternoon of the July 4th and expect that everything to be okay with your dog by the time it gets dark. You need to prepare their system. CBD is something that really needs time to help bring all of your systems into homeostasis. Some things happen pretty quickly, but I would tell you that it takes time for the CBD to begin to work in the endocannabinoid system and then begin to have that cascade effect to your central nervous system or the brain and all the other places where it needs to go, and begins to balance things out and bring those things into homeostasis. So even with a pet, it could take some time. So CBD, fantastic for dogs. I would suggest as a dietary supplement every day, put a couple drops on their food, and they will be good for having extra CBD in their system that will help them retain and maintain homeostasis. And then if you decide that you don't want to give it all the time, maybe, the budget is an issue or something like that, then have it around for those times where your dog is going to be under stress, and give it to them just before that. So if you know you're having a big party and your dog stresses out about a lot of people coming over, if you know on September 3rd that you're going to have a birthday party at your house, and you normally have 2 people that live with a dog every day, and that's what the dog's used to, but you have 10 or 15, 20 people at your house, suddenly that could cause a dog some stress. I would begin giving the dog CBD 2 to 3 weeks prior to that party, and just to have that dog just be on its best behavior. If you're not willing to put it in a crate or kennel while you're having that party, and it will reduce that stress level and possibly reduce any potential accidents and bites and that kind of thing that may cause you some grief later on. Just some examples, but CBD, fantastic for dogs. Now, the other Vasayo products that I heard have worked great, and this came actually from Dallin Larson or Daniel Pico. I can't remember which one. They're the founders of Vasayo. Had talked about that they have many clients that they know have been giving Renew and CBD to their horses and have seen some really great results in regard to inflammation and issues with horses as they begin to get older, or they're working horses, or they are race horses or something like that. That the Renew and the CBD combined really seems to do some good for those horses. And so, but also for dogs. Renew is a great anti-inflammatory product that Vasayo has created that appears to do equally as well for pets as it does for human beings. And then I just want to let you know that we do have brochures. Those of you that are interested in joining me at Vasayo, if you're wondering if we have any marketing material for dogs, we do, and pets. again, I don't mention cats. I'm not a huge cat fan, but I've been training dogs for over 30 years, but cats, I know I've had the same results as dogs. The cats, and this is another thing that maybe the reason I don't like cats is that they can be difficult when it comes to putting things in their mouth. They suddenly will just, if you put in their food and they don't like it, there's almost nothing you can do to get a cat to take that food. You may have to fool it in some other way, put it in something else and give it to it in some other format or something like that. But again, cats have great results from the CBD, as long as you can get them to take it. And Eternal is another one that is fantastic. And this one is kind of on the fringe of, are you ridiculous? Do you know how much that is? Well, yes, I do. But some people really care about their pets, and skin and coat is a huge issue with pets. And Renew and CBD tends to help out with a lot of things and possibly some skin issues. But the Eternal is, again, for us, is a great product that has, I always forget the name of it, collagen and a whole bunch of other products that are very beneficial to our overall health and then the health of our skin. And I have heard people giving their dogs Eternal and have had good results with dogs that have had skin problems, hot spots, regular hot spots that come on a regular basis. This one I'm not as sure about because I don't have as many testimonials, just a few people that said, yeah, I give it to my dog too, because I love my dog that much. I go, okay. So I've heard about that, but definitely Renew, CBD one are great products for dogs, especially dogs that have achiness and soreness in their elbows and hips and shoulders and near the tail, all those places where dogs tend to have some issues. Renew and CBD one. And if you have to pick one, I would probably go with CBD one to start, see if that helps. And if not, then go to the Renew and see if that will help. And then try the two together. Like I said, I think it's Daniel Pico, now that I remember, told me that the combination has been fantastic for a large number of horses. And he's been receiving lots of testimonials and reports from people in the horse world that really love those two products. All right. So I hope this answered your question. And if it didn't, please get a hold of me and tell me what your question is and how I can help you with that. All right. So join me over at Vasayo and Overcome Nation as my team. Oh, almost forgot. Also, if you're not in this program yet, you want to go to VasayoFAQs.com, VasayoFAQs.com, and you'll be able to get into the little training course that I gave. Now it sounds like I made it difficult. It's not difficult. It's just a bunch of videos that answer all the most popular questions that I get asked in regard to not only CBD, but also Vasayo and then some of the products. And this video right now that I just created will be in there in about 15 to 20 minutes from now, which is 1:00 Pacific Standard Time here in California on January 2nd. You normally don't date videos. I'll edit that part out, but it'll be in there shortly. All right. I hope this answered your question. And again, if you have any more questions, please get a hold of me and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you. All right. Take care. Bye.